the worst quit smoking advice in the world. If you're considering quitting smoking, there is more quit smoking advice out there than there are stars in the sky. Reading through all the advice is overwhelming. One thing we can do is to be discernible, meaning we can use shortcuts to decide what we should listen to and what we should not listen to. This video is all about what we should not listen to. We are going to go through the top 4 worst pieces of quit smoking advice in the world. This will give you a radar so that when you read or watch a piece of quit smoking advice, you will know right away to just simply move on. If you feel like you have gotten bad advice in the past, tell us what it is just in one sentence in the comment section below. Let's start right away with number 4, the 4th worst piece of quit smoking advice in the world. And we're going to count down right to number 1. Number 4 is eat more veggies, or put baby carrots in your cigarette pack, as if eating more veggies will help you with quitting or dealing with cravings. Putting carrots in your cigarette package to try and trick your brain is kind of like pretending to eat a pickle and pretending it's a hot dog. Our brain knows the difference. You cannot trick your brain in this way. If we could, we would be the stupidest species to ever roam the earth. Even animals have this ability to discern. You know the difference, and guess what? So does your brain. We are not fooling anyone, especially ourselves when we try these tricks. Number 3, the 3rd piece of advice is read books. Are books imbued with magic now? Is a quitting smoking book kind of like the Book of Admittance from Hogwarts School of Wizardry in the Harry Potter series? As if just reading it or reciting some secret incantation from the book and poof, you will no longer smoke. Or best, you will learn some secret knowledge about quitting that no one knows. And this knowledge will get you to quit. Do you really believe that? That just learning something new about smoking will actually get you to quit? If it was really that simple, there would be no smokers. If quitting was just about knowledge from a book, literally no one would smoke. Basically, those that promote a book are just saying, look no further than just read this book and boom, all your troubles will be solved. You'll quit smoking. The reason you are stuck smoking has nothing to do with some missing piece of information that you do not have and is somehow contained in some sacred quit smoking book. Reading a book may enlighten you about some issues surrounding smoking, and the book may even be interesting, but it's not going to get you to quit smoking. It's just not. The number 2 bad piece of advice is treat it like an addiction. Any advice that tells you that nicotine is an addiction, and the answer is treating it like that addiction, surely is going to keep you stuck. This encompasses what we call nicotine replacement therapies, or NRT. The patch, the gum, the lozenges, the chew, the vaping, the drugs like Chantix and Zyban. But hear me out on this point. I am not saying you should not use these products. In fact, I'm giving you a very important and nuanced piece of information here that you really need to listen to. I am saying just treating it like an addiction is bad advice, but treating it partially as an addiction is very good advice. You really need to be careful, and you really need to carefully consider what I'm about to say. Nicotine is 100% addictive, but is not what keeps you stuck. And only treating the problem of smoking as if it is only an addiction, notice the emphasis on only, this leads to continued failure and relapse. But combining any of these nicotine replacement therapies with other forms of quitting smoking is actually really useful. This is what I invented over a decade ago, and it's called stacking. Now that is not what this video is about, but if you want more info on stacking, then just click this link right here. I'm going to put it right here for you. And this video will tell you exactly what stacking is and how to do it. There'll also be one at the end of the video as well. So if you want a full explanation of what stacking is, just go and click on that. So why is this the second worst piece of quitting advice in the world? This whole thing about addiction. Because it leads to countless smokers to lose focus and focus on something else that is not the core issue. You are not focused on what keeps you stuck. You're focused on what's not keeping you stuck, addiction. The reason you cannot quit smoking is almost exclusively because of habit and only partially because of addiction. When you ignore the habit and you only deal with the addiction, you're only dealing with less than 10% of the issue. Guess what happens? You fail. Using a nicotine replacement product all by itself and quitting for, say, 6 months, or let's say you even make it a year, that's not quitting. It's taking a vacation. Quitting is for life. That is the only definition of quitting. Any other definition is not worth your time, effort, or attention. Did you use a nicotine replacement product and quit and then start again? Take that vacation? Let us know in the comment sections below. Just type in there NRT and then type yes. So we know that you've been through that. Many have. So if you do want to use those products, I put links in the description below so you can get a really, really good deal on those products. And I only put the links to the products that, according to science, have the highest success rate. So if you do want to use them, please take advantage of the deals I put in the links below. But hear me loud and clear on this issue. If you use them in conjunction with a method like hypnosis, EFT, NLP, a method that deals with the core issue of habit and your unconscious mind's desire to smoke, because that is the real culprit here. And all smokers know this intuitively. It is why you say things like, I don't understand why I can't just quit. Why? Because it's not the addiction that's keeping you stuck. Now for the number one worst of all time piece of quit smoking advice. Drum roll please. The worst advice and what you should avoid at all costs is the advice that the best way to quit smoking is cold turkey. It is just mind over matter is what they'll tell you. Well, isn't that just a kick in the pants? Who even says that? Non-smokers, that's who. Look, I smoked a pack a day for decades, and quitting was without a doubt one of the hardest things that I have ever done. I got so sick and tired of hearing this from non-smokers. I just wanted to. Well, you get the point. Look, I get people are well-intentioned, and even some smokers, 7% to be exact, quit this way. But of those 7%, 2/3 of them are currently on vacation from smoking and are on their way right back to smoking again. And the quarter that will actually quit for life of that 7% likely have an IQ of 129 or higher and are considered high achievers. Neither of which I was. So that's nice for them, but it sucks for the rest of us mere mortals. This is the worst advice in the world because it is the most useless, least helpful, and the most maddening. It is in no way helpful. It is like your dad telling you, just buckle down and do your homework. Well, thanks Dad, but actually, I just don't get it. And I need your help explaining to me calculus. Whenever you are out in the world and you are looking for advice on how to quit and you hear any of these 4 things, run away. Run as fast as you can. 1, eat veggies. I can't believe I even have to point that out. 2, read a book. 3, treat it like an addiction and only treat it like an addiction with the caveat I gave. And 4, just quit cold turkey. If you hear any of these 4, just move on and look elsewhere. Trust me, there's more quit smoking advice out there than you can shake a stick at, and avoiding these 4 is a good place to start. Also, if this was helpful to you, then subscribe to my channel and like and share this content. It helps me to keep making this content for free. Plus, if you need help and you can't do it on your own, then go to my website. I'll put the link right here and sign up for the free phone consultation. It's free. It's fun. It's just a conversation. Just like this, how we're having a conversation right now. If you want more tips, tricks, and hacks, then you can join any of my social media like Facebook, Pinterest, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, or right here, my Instagram. I'll post all sorts of motivational things and all sorts of tips, tricks, and hacks on how to quit smoking. Thank you for your time and attention, and blessings to everyone.